As the sitting vice president, Kamala Harris had the unenviable job of certifying the results of the presidential race she lost to Donald Trump, cementing his future, hers very much in question. She gave an indication of how she sees her future role in her concession speech.
I will never give up. The fight is a fight I will never give up.
Using the word fight 19 times. Trump lost the 2020 presidential race to Joe Biden and ran again in 2024. But very few losing presidential candidates have run for the office again. Here, historians see a potential parallel between Harris and former President Richard Nixon.
She was within about the same margin of distance as Richard Nixon was from John Kennedy in 1960. Under 2% of the popular vote separated her from Donald Trump. So I think she can take heart that she did very well for having such a bumpy road to getting the nomination in terms of Joe Biden waiting so long to drop out. But it also means that she can go wherever she wants to go outside of politics. And she could even run again for president, as Richard Nixon did 8 years later.
Another similarity, Nixon lost his first presidential race and then ran for governor of California 2 years later.
Nixon.
Nixon lost the governorship, retired from politics, but then ran for the presidency again and won. When Harris leaves her office here behind, many of her supporters are urging her to run for the governor of California. Unlike Nixon, who was a Republican, Harris would likely win the heavily Democratic state if she wins the party's nomination.
She's also commanding a GDP that looks like that of a small nation, and it puts her in a prime position to counter Donald Trump and his narratives. I mean, California is ground zero from everything from climate change to immigration. So I think if she is the governor, it does put her in an excellent position as another executive, right, to counter Donald Trump.
And repeat after me.
She made history once, the first woman and person of color to become vice president. Becoming a governor would do it again. No state has ever elected a black woman to be governor, a potential place for her to continue to fight the man she called unstable, unfit, and a threat to democracy. Patty Culhane, Aljazeera, Washington.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.